it says to me, and I think to a lot of us, they're kind of worried because look what happened with All In and how good that was.
Yeah. I can definitely see your case on that. That's definitely true. I can see them saying, "Oh boy, we may not do as well as the super card, or people may want to watch that instead." But I don't know. I think to me, honestly, I could be wrong. I think it's more that maybe they don't want to compete. Sure, but what if it is their way of saying, WrestleMania weekend? We know this is it's a huge event on Saturday night. Let's just please the fans and just let them not have to worry about choosing one or the other. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens on that Saturday G1 Supercard actual card itself, because you can't tell me that WWE is not worried.
Oh yeah,
They are. Triple H definitely knew that. We talked about this for quite some time already. That you know the NXT is going to have to bring it. They're going to have to bring in some of these big guns or new signees, especially going up against that G1 Supercard. And we were kind of speculating on who they're going to bring and what kind of matches we're going to see. Well, and of course, we're not going to see that now since they're changing NXT on Friday. But I don't know. It's very interesting to see that they came out with this now. Maybe they weren't able to get some of the ones that they wanted to. You think maybe?
I mean it's possible, but I don't know. To me, it says you're the end all be all WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and you have signed all these top independent stars. And to me, it kind of says they're kind of like, okay, we don't want to risk having our show not sell out compared to that, because they're not going to be that far away from each other. I don't believe. I don't know the distance
What's up, Ducks
and the
fan?
what the Barclays Center. I'm assuming is going to be in, or
Yeah,
not the Barclays.
yeah.
Is it no? Is it the stadium they're going to be in, or the Barclays Center?
They're going to be in the Barclays Center for
Okay, yeah.
NXT.
So I'm not sure how far MSG Master Garden is from the Barclays Center. If it's pretty close together, maybe they're worried about a conflicting sellout. If they'll get a sellout at all, I'm sure someone in the chat knows the exact if it's pretty close to each other.
Yeah, see, look at Bobrisky. See, that's kind of the way I kind of see it, saying maybe WWE maybe they have a heart and don't want fans to miss either event.
I don't know because that event already sold out, and I think they'd be scared that even if they did, how would they sell? NXT hasn't takeovers, even though it's WrestleMania weekend. The takeovers haven't been selling out, even though there's still been good crowds, but they haven't been selling out. And that MSG, I believe, is already sold out.
I have an idea as to what the Takeover New York card will look like. Well, don't you dare! Don't you dare! What's up, Ducks fan for life? So, what happens when SmackDown moves to Fox on Fridays? Will NXT Takeover still be on Fridays? Huh?
Mm,
That's a good question, there, DX. I
it's a
don't think they've
great
thought about.
question.
Yeah, I don't think they've thought
I mean,
about
how are
that.
you going to do that? I mean, how is that going to work out next year, going into it next year,
What's up, England
I
JT?
mean, with all this stuff going on, it's going to change stuff a little bit because I'm sure Fox isn't going to want some recorded show on a Friday night, which they might end up doing like they used to and have it just be some kind of preview show for WrestleMania.
Well, DX, but so that means WWE doesn't care about the Hall of Fame. Well, to be fair,
How do they not care about it?
the Hall of Fame, I mean, it doesn't really do that great, anyways, in attendance. I don't think, and a lot of the wrestlers like leave in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Dreamer last year when they had the Lucha vs Impact, he was there for Bubba Ray and them to get inducted. And then he went over to the Lucha show to get ready for them.
SmackDown not changing to quarter 4 of next year. Uh,
Yeah, October they're changing in October. Yeah, I thought we're talking about going into fine, not next year's wrestling. Yeah, the fall go October 4th is when it goes on Fox.
right.
So we're talking about going into the 2020 WrestleMania. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see what they do. That's a good point with the SmackDown being on Fridays as well. 30 minutes from Barclays to MSG, give or take the fucking traffic. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look how
Imagine the
close that
fans.
is.
Yeah, imagine the fans and how many fans are going to the MSG, which holds about I think 20 something thousand, and then to the Barclays to I think holds maybe a little bit less than that. It's a lot of people, a lot of traffic. Maybe they don't want the headache. That could be it as well. And Saturday Hall of Fame, not it's probably not as crazy as it would be on a takeover night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it also has to do with. I mean, you can. You know what? Do you want two shows like that, like so close together? I mean, that would be huge if they kept it. But I mean, maybe that's what they're worried about. That place is already sold out. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I think it sold out pretty quickly. Unless I'm thinking about All In. But I mean, man, I think they're worried. I mean, maybe they have a better chance to sell that place out on a Friday than they would a Saturday night. And the one thing that sucks about the Hall of Fame being on Saturday again is we have those long-winded speeches,
Yeah,
and
that's
those
very true.
guys who got to wrestle the next day, are out there having to sit out there through all this. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes,
I'm
I agree
intrigued to
with
see
you
who's
on
in
that.
the Hall of Fame
100%.
this year because, you don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun to see who's in it and how they go about it because if it's not anyone interesting, because last year there was only a few I cared about even hearing.
Well, I think if you ask the majority of the people in the chat room, what are you going to watch? The G1 ROH card or the Hall of Fame? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure most people are going to pick wrestling instead of watching people
Well, you
talk.
can always watch
I
that
could be
later on the
wrong.
network.
And also depends on who's in the Hall of Fame. But a lot of people are going to choose the G1 instead of the Hall of Fame, of course. And
Yeah, but you can. Oh, go ahead.
no, it's just going to be interesting to see what happens all that weekend. And like you said, who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame that
Yeah.
Saturday? Are they going to kind of try to bring the big guns and induct people that
they
people
have to.
have been wanting and begging to get into the Hall of Fame, or are they just going to kind of do a throwaway because they know that the G1's is going to kick their ass?
Yeah, I mean, the only way you could get people to say, "Okay, I got to see this." I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, getting Owen or the British Bulldog in the Hall of Fame, or even people like that, or Demolition, stuff which isn't going to happen. But I'm saying that would be the only way you're going to say, "Okay, I want to see this live," or it doesn't matter really. It's going to be on the network anyway, so you can always watch it the next day.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah. So, anything else you want to touch on that before we move on to the other kind of big news that came out during the week this week?
No, that should be it.
The only way WWE will get people to watch the Hall of Fame is if they induct China. Huh? That's a good point.
I don't know about that. I'd say Owen and Bulldog, but yeah.
Well, shit, throw China in there as well. That's a pretty stacked little Hall of Fame there. Why not all the Hart Foundation? Yeah, that could work as well.
Hey, I would love that. That'd be
awesome.
You know what? That might be the only way they could actually get Owen in the Hall of Fame. Would actually not putting Owen in the Hall of Fame technically.
Yeah, kind of like the Ric Flair deal with the Four Horsemen kind of thing.
Or do you do Hart Foundation as a tag team with Anvil and Brett? That'd be kind of cool.
And Christian and I'm there. Yeah, man, Christian deserves to be in there, man. All right, so the other big news was CM Punk recently was interviewed by MMAfighting.com and was asked about the new All Elite Wrestling promotion that is in the works. The question was, I know you have a relationship with some of the guys that were in the Bullet Club, Cody, the Young Bucks, those guys. It seems like there are rumors, and possibly more than rumors, that they're starting their own promotion. Their pro wrestling promotion. What are your thoughts on them possibly doing that? And would you have any interest in possibly joining them? CM Punk said, I think at this point that whatever those guys decide to do will be great for them and their families. If I was asked what I would do or what I would say to them, because they could obviously go to WWE whenever they want, it's just a matter of what's best for your family. And I think we live in a time now where WWE is not the end all be all. I don't think it has been for quite some time. I think the stigma that it is still there and probably will persist for many, many years. But enough people have been there and left that can, I guess, extol the knowledge of, hey, you know what? That place ain't all that. If those guys start their own thing, more power to them. Let them bring it full circle again. I'm not actively pursuing really much of anything. I'm just kind of floating. And it's nice to be able to do and just kind of float and hang out. And if somebody wants to pick up the phone like Dave Shoulder did and call me up and say, hey, we really think you'd be good at this. We want you to be a part of your company. Then call me up and make an offer. That has remained to be seen. Pro wrestling is not on my radar.
Well, also, not that long ago, CM Punk did another interview. When he was asked, what would it take for you to ever go back to the WWE? What you want, people want to see that. He said, you got a time machine. Because that's basically what he said. And so, I mean, I don't think he has any interest in wrestling at all. I really don't. I mean, maybe 10, 15 years down the road, he wants a go in the Hall of Fame. I mean, maybe that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe on the Indies something like that would work. But I mean, hey, good for him if he decides to do it, I guess, or does something. I don't think he'll be wrestling.
Oh,
I don't see
Brandon,
it.
that's funny stuff. Punk said before he doesn't like how flashy wrestling events productions have gotten now. Yeah, I will he show up at All Elite Pro Wrestling the first night they debut? Probably not. But I really do think it's a possibility that he shows up wrestling again. I don't see why not. I don't see why he wouldn't. The money will be there, I'm sure. And maybe it's just a one off. Maybe it's just a one time thing. I don't know. That's just me, I guess, wishful thinking. A former CM Punk fan. I would
Yeah.
love to see him maybe have one more match before he calls it quits because I'm getting tired of seeing him get his ass kicked in UFC. It just it's just interesting that he kind of just still kind of he didn't say no to All Elite Wrestling. He just basically said no to
I I
wrestling in
think he
general at
did
the
though.
moment.
I think he did say no, but he was just doing it because those for the wrestling fans out there who want to still believe that never say never type thing. And if he like Bob Brewski just posted about, he said he doesn't like the flashy production. Well, heck, go to Impact. They don't have flashy production.
Yeah, to go to Impact.
Yeah,
What are the chances of CM Punk to wrestle in Impact?
yeah.
I would say slim to
It's
none.
more likely. I was a joke because of low production, but yeah, I mean, there's more of a chance of Chris Jericho going to Impact than Punk.
Let's see. Oh, he also asked, but if Cody or Matt or Nick Jackson or one of those guys who you knew were to reach out, would you listen? Punk said, I would always listen. I would listen to them because just like Dave, I like the young bucks. I text Matt on and off, but business is business. I know Cody was out there in the media saying that an offer was made for the all in event, excuse me, for September 1st. An offer was not made. Calling me up or texting me saying, "Hey, if you want to come to the show and do something, we would love that." It's not an offer. That's not an offer. There's other things. There's a couple of more loose ends that I'm still trying to tie up to fully absolve me from the world of pro wrestling. I feel like I've been attached to it since the day that I left, and that's mostly because of Fugazi lawyers and such. But we're wrapping all that up, and that'll come to an end. And once I'm truly free, we can explore the world of just float and hang out. I can walk my dog and drink coffee and do documentaries for Dave Scholler and continue to train Rufus Sport and do all kinds of stuff. I've earned it. I've paid my dues.
Not in the UFC.
Not in the US.
I'm just saying, he got handed a front row ticket. Here's your main event spot for pay per views. Boom.
CM Punk's
Basically,
basically saying that what Bob Aruski said. Show me the money.
yeah,
If they
exactly. Completely agree.
an offer that is just you cannot refuse, kind of like what I guess what they're doing with Sean and etc. I don't see why he would say no. If they throw out some money that is just unbelievable, and I just don't see why he would say no. Because he's kind of saying that I'm interested, but I'm not interested. It's like he's flip flopping a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if New Japan came to him and said, we'll give you $5 million to wrestle 2 matches, I bet he would do it.
5 million for 2 matches. Would CM Punk do 2 matches for 2.5 each? Thank you, Alistair.
Yes. Yes, he would. I mean, it's like, look at Chris Jericho. He wasn't going to go wrestle for nobody else for nothing. So they came out. I'm not sure how much they paid Jericho, but I think they paid
I
him a
feel
good.
like Punk would want 5 million per match.
I don't think he's getting $5 million per match. He ain't worth $1 million per match, if you ask me. But I'm just saying to get him to come wrestle. I mean, because he's a star. You can't deny it. But I mean, that's what you're gonna want to get. He's gonna want to make the money worth what he wants to wrestle again. So you have to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, see, Adam Bomb said he probably wants a Brock Lesnar type deal. Absolutely, and he would probably want more than what Brock Lesnar makes. I think. because he probably just thinks he's better than Brock in general. So he'd probably want more than what Brock makes. I just don't see him wrestling anytime soon, but he is leaving that door open. He's making it sure. He's making it known that if you throw me the right type of offer, as long as you're not the WWE, I'll listen. Is basically what he's.
Come on! I guarantee
I
you, if Vince offered him a blank check, he would come back and wrestle for the WWE. I'm sorry, he
I don't
would.
know, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, Vince McMahon calls. I'll give you what, $3 million for the next year, for 1 year. He ain't gonna come back and wrestle in WWE. Guarantee he will.
Mm, I don't know. We'll have to see and wait and find out if 2019 has CM Punk in the wrestling scene or not. Two new matches were announced. Well,
I don't
actually,
care.
three new matches were announced for TLC. We have Bobby Lashley taking on Elias. We have Drew McIntyre taking on Finn Balor. And we have a triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Live championships, tag team titles, excuse me. We have Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, taking on New Day and the Usos. And they did not announce if this was going to be a specific type of match or not.
Yes.
But Dave, WWE TLC is pretty stacked right now.
Dude.
We got some pretty good matches on the card. I'm going to look it up right now just so I don't miss any. But
Dude, you're not lying.
Like it's going to be a pretty solid show come a couple of weeks from now. Let's see.
This is their biggest stacked card, in my opinion. This is like almost a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam stacked card, if you ask me. I mean, it really has that to me.
Well,
they're not WrestleMania.
Maybe mine. Yeah, I would definitely go. It's better than the last couple of Money in the Bank. TLCs that we've gotten. Right now, we'll get the mixed match challenge finals. Don't forget the winning team get the last entrant in the 2019 Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins takes on Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin in a ladders, tables, and chairs match. We got Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Asuka, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Elias, Bobby Lashley, and then the triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Live tag team titles. So yeah, 9 matches pretty much already made already.
I mean, if you ask me, there's two big matches I really want to see, and they're WrestleMania caliber matches. I mean, the triple threat SmackDown Women's title in a TLC match with Asuka, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. I mean, that's a WrestleMania match right there. And then their main event, which is likely to be their main event, in my opinion, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. No stipulation yet, but to me,
I have a feeling they're going to go Corbin and Strowman main event.
I hope not. The WWE title should be main eventing. Corbin doesn't.
Of course,
nowhere near main event.
But it's a tables, ladders, chair match. It's what the damn pay per view is named after. I have this feeling they would do that.
Why not let Becky in the main event it? You know, I mean, it's your WWE title. I wouldn't mind if Becky main evented. That would be awesome. But to me, it should be Bryan and AJ main eventing. But who knows? They probably won't. It'll probably be Ronda and Nia Jax the main event.
Nia Jax. What's up, Silver Black Jack? What's up, everybody? Thank you again for joining us on this Saturday night. Appreciate you guys spending some time with us tonight. Don't forget, we'll be live again on Tuesday, touching on Raw and SmackDown. For God's sakes, we just can hope that Raw is better than what we got last week. Don't forget, we are also live over on YouTube. So if you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button over on the YouTube. We have over 102 subscribers right now. So thank you guys for getting us over 100 subscribers. We really do appreciate that. Don't forget, we will be announcing our winner for the Christmas giveaway on December 22nd, the weekend before Christmas. Don't forget, it'll be a $50 to $100 Christmas gift from us to you guys, but you have to subscribe to us on YouTube. Don't forget, Speeds and the Benchmark are doing a little toy drive over there on their Twitter account. They have a Amazon wish list that you can go and look up and donate. So we really appreciate that. If you have extra cash, in your pocket and you feel like you would like to donate some of your toys or something over there, they're doing a nice little cause over there. So I definitely would you know say that you go over there and check it out. Definitely, I'm going to do that after the show, and I think a couple of other
Tony,
people have already donated already. Yes, sir.
I got a question for you about this card. And when
Go
you're
ahead.
looking at this TLC card, are you thinking like, okay, this card is really good and really stacked? There's no way we get the clean finishes in this pay per view that we would think because it looks so good. It's like the typical WE fashion, like, oh, this is too good of a card to just give away like nothing. Kabuki is happening, and to me, that's what I think I could see in a lot of these matches have a lot of no finishes. Just because, yes, their main matches will probably have the finishes and the stipulations, but all the other ones, I could see some DQs or draws or whatever happen.
Well, maybe possibly in the IC title match, but I just
Even
feel
the
like
WE title match.
this card looks so good that I just feel like Braun and Corbin's going to main event, especially
Oh,
with the stipulation on the line. Corbin wins, he will become the full-time general manager. Also, if Strowman wins, Corbin will be stripped of the power, and
yeah, but
Strowman will
that's for
also get the
Raw.
Universal Champion. Come on now, Raw right now is the main show. They're concentrating more on Raw at the moment. I'm sure once next year hits and they're going towards SmackDown Live in October, then they'll concentrate a little bit more on SmackDown. But I think right now, Raw is the main deal. Right now, they're the majority of the matches that are on the card. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches are Raw and the mixed match challenge. You can't really count that. And then you got Daniel Bryan Styles, and then the Bar and
See,
the
I
Becky
think,
Lynch match. That's 3 matches and the rest of it's all Raw matches.
yeah, see, I think they know that the WE title hasn't main evented in over a year, a pay per view.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they know this, and I think just because, and plus AJ Styles isn't the champ no more, so that they're like he never main evented at all as
Nope.
champion.
Don't
But
see it, Dave. Don't see it,
I
Dave.
just do.
Just don't
I
see
see
it.
it because look who main evented. Yes, it was with Brock, but he already main evented one pay per view. And so in TLC, to me, I just don't think Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman is going to be the main event
I do.
for TLC.
We should make some type of a friendly bet, Dave, that
If
this
you
will be
wanted
the
to
main
say
event.
like Ronda and Nia Jax or Becky Lynch in that triple threat TLC match, then yeah, I could probably see that because they're more of the draw matches. But I don't know.
This
I
is going to
just
be the
think
main
the
event.
WE title. I'm
They're
going to go
playing.
WE title main
There's how
event.
look how they're already playing it up. You got fucking Braun
Yeah, because
Strowman being
Raw doesn't.
interviewed in his hospital bed, saying that he's going to come after Baron Corbin. We have Baron Corbin already doing the power struggle on Raw, where he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. It's going to be the main point of TLC, and it's going to main event. I swear to you, I just have this feeling that they're
I
going to
just
go
think
with that match over the Styles and Daniel Bryan.
I think the only reason it's the main focal point of Raw, other than Ambrose and Rollins, is simply because they don't have no title on Raw other than the IC title. I mean, that's why it's a main storyline on Raw because they have nothing else to really focus on right now. I don't think that's the main focus on that pay per view, though. I just don't. I could see it even being the first freaking match on the show because they're gonna have 2 TLC matches. I could see it being the opening match.
Mixed match challenge will be the main event. Yeah, right. Let's
Probably
see.
the cruiserweight title will be on there somewhere too, I assume.
Since we touched on SmackDown Live a little bit, there is already news that the Fox is pushing for Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey to come to SmackDown in 2019 when the Blue brand moves to that network. This makes sense considering the desire to make SmackDown Live feel more like a sporting event upon its Fox debut.
They're going to make Raw be my new favorite show. They're going to move everyone from Raw that I hate to SmackDown.
Soon people are not going to complain Raw's 3 hours if they just start moving guys that, we like to Raw,
Yeah, I mean, I hate everyone on Raw right now. I don't like anyone on Raw at all. And so it's like, they're going to move everyone from SmackDown and move them to Raw and everyone from Raw to SmackDown. And if they are going to get Cormier to be a broadcaster on that show with them, it would help even more, because you're going to be live on local Fox. Yes, it is local Fox. I was arguing this last night with some people on Twitch. So, yeah, it is local Fox. It'll be on. No cable needed. So, they're
Yeah,
going
I
to have
think people
Ronda.
forget about that little tidbit right there.
Yeah,
That
some people
it's
think it's
not
going to be
on
on Fox
cable anymore
Sports.
starting in October.
It's Fox Sports. Yeah, Fox. Local Fox, you idiot. But, yeah. I'm not surprised because what did I say? I've been saying this for a long time anyway. Like, I bet you Ronda, and when Reigns was healthy, I said Reigns and all of them are going to be all on SmackDown because they're going to want everyone tuning into SmackDown.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the rosters and how much guys from Raw move to SmackDown and how many people move from SmackDown to Raw.
That's a great point too, Bob Risky. Yeah, if they want Fox wants all the big names, why do they have the brand split? Well, good point. I mean, but honestly, to make it, they did say it's not going to split.
We've all wanted the brand split. Now we get the brand split.
And no one wants it.
Nobody wants it. And then once they fix it and they make it no more brand split, then we're gonna be like, "Fuck, we're not seeing this guy on TV no more. Oh shit, we're not seeing this person on TV anymore." It's fans. I don't know. Just let's
before,
how about this? Let's see how it goes with the brand split. Let's see who gets moved from show to show, and let's see how it goes from there. Now, to me, it's kind of weird how they're saying they want to make this a sporting event. So yeah. I'm wondering what they're going to change, if the commentators change or if they bring in some different not color comment, but it's more different. Was it the interviewees of the people that come in there and interview people? Are they going to add more sports type figures to SmackDown? Like you said, Daniel Cormier has already been rumored to be brought in. Are they going to start bringing in more people to kind of make it more that sporting feel? I just don't get what they
I think
what
they
they
want
mean
to be
by that.
I think because remember how WCW used to present a lot of before the NWO, they used to present like it as like an event, as a sport, like Clash of Champions or their big pay-per-views were kind of presented like make this feel like a sporting event, not just a wrestling show. That's what we got all these big matches for you lined up tonight. That's what they want. They want, like I said, less comedy, more pro wrestling. Even though Vince hates pro wrestling, but they want more of a sports element to it on Fox. So it's going to be funny, and they got a billion reasons to listen. So
yes, they do, and they're going to have to listen. If Fox wants Ronda Rousey on SmackDown Live, I'm pretty sure WWE will do everything that they can to get Ronda Rousey moved over to SmackDown Live by October.
Yeah.
If not by October, they'll have it to where maybe she wins the Royal Rumble next year.
We'll probably have like Stephanie on Raw or SmackDown now too. They're going to switch it all. Want all the big names on SmackDown.
They should bring back Talking Smack. I agree with you on that. Oh man, so that means no more dance breaks. The dance breaks would move to Raw and a 3-hour Raw. Oh my goodness gracious! It's going to be
an hour dance break.
I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do and what.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to see what SmackDown's going to look like in a year. I would not be surprised if Michael Cole's over on SmackDown next year at this time. Just because they want it to feel different, and Michael Cole's your lead guy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they switch up the commentary come next year. Also, we mentioned this before the show today. We had some Elias news. It all depends on how credible you think WrestleVotes is on Twitter. They said an interesting tidbit for those who like this type of thing. Prior to all Raw creative plans going up in flames last month, the original Ambrose heel turn angle was to see him cost Rollins the IC title. Who was scheduled to win the strap? Elias.
I heard about that, but not from him.
Do you like the idea of how they ran with it originally, or do you think they should have did the whole Ambrose costs and Rollins the championship to Elias?
See, I don't know about that part of the story. The thing I was reading was about there was plans to have Elias win the IC title, but there's no more future plan. They decided against that now, so they weren't going in a different direction. So I don't know anything about that. Your buddy or whoever it was who said it on Twitter or whatever, but if that's true, that would have been probably likely. But I mean, the only story I know is there was plans to have Elias win the IC title, but then they changed their mind and they went decided to go in the way they're going now. And likely, I'm guessing Ambrose is probably likely to win the IC title. I'm going to continue this feud going all the way into WrestleMania, probably.
Yeah, it's very possible. Also, everybody's favorite Dave Meltzer is reporting that he has been hearing rumblings about a possible main roster call up from former NXT champion Aleister Black. Meltzer did not provide much in the way of details other than the fact that Black's name has reportedly been discussed quite a bit among WWE officials. Nothing is set in stone as of yet, and this can be considered to be a rumor at best for right now, and no word on whether he would be on SmackDown or on Raw. Do you think it's time for Aleister Black to move up, Dave?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, he deserves to be. He's one of those older guys who got brought in, kind of like a Nakamura did. Everyone's like, he's in NXT too long. He needs to be on the main roster already. Similar to that, I think a lot of people think he should be there, but I just don't know if I trust it on the main roster. I don't trust anyone getting booked on that show good on any Raw or SmackDown because we've seen how the call-ups are doing now. I mean, not good at all.
Yeah, and more Aleister Black news reportedly that he got married to Zelina Vega over the past week. So I guess congratulations to them. I'm guessing it's true because Nia Jax even she retweeted it kind of. So
yeah, I've seen articles about this too, where they were saying congratulations on Twitter. And there's pictures and all that. Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations to them. Boy, she moved on to a much better wrestler, in my opinion, very quickly from little Austin Aries, who's not doing much anymore.
I guess the size does matter.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, size does matter to her, I guess. And yeah, so congratulations to her and Aleister Black as well. He stole your name, Aleister Fiend. Yeah. Whose wife are you talking about? Zelina Vega now. Cafe Bonicelli. All right. Also, Braun Strowman set for Raw this week, everybody. Despite going under the knife with some elbow surgery, WWE expects Braun Strowman to return in time for his TLC match. As such, the company has confirmed that he'll be at Raw this week.
Oh, that was quick. They're going to play it up like, what is he doing here? He's not human.
He's a monster among men, is what they're gonna be saying at least 25 times Monday Night on Raw. They have to mention that he's the monster among men.
We're still about 2 weeks out until TLC? It's the 16th, isn't it?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so about 2 weeks.
Okay, so let's see. What else should we talk about before we get to some more wrestling results as in 205 Live and NXT and Impact as well? ROH reportedly signs former WWE star Pierre Carl. I'm not even going to try to say his French last name, but he was a former Quebecer. He was a three-time WWE World Tag Team Champion. According to report, PW Insider Pro Wrestling Street Ring of Honor has signed former WWE superstar Pierre. Yeah, I'm not going to say his last name. Everybody pretty much know. I think his name is PCO now. I don't really follow much of him, but yeah.
A part of who?
I remember him. The Quebecers. The
Quebecers?
Yes.
So it's an old guy they signed?
He was along with the Mountie Jacques Rougeau. I don't think he's not Jacques Rougeau, obviously, but he was.
So he signed as a wrestler.
He was repackaged. Remember the guy? He was the WWE. He's the pirate character.
John. Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, John. So he signed as a wrestler, or just someone working there?
No, he's a wrestler on ROH now.
Wouldn't he be old? Like really old though? I know Shawn Michaels is 50. Isn't that the same guy that Shawn Michaels tried to freaking
good physical condition? It's currently having a career resurgence on the independent circuit at 50 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's the guy Shawn Michaels tried to have buried.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, what?
The pirate. They were talked about in the Pritchard show that Shawn Michaels basically tried to have him buried, saying, "Oh, he won't lose for us" and all that. He doesn't want to take a loss.
He feuded with Bret the Hitman Hart for a short time before eventually parting ways from the company. So there you go. There was also another sign with ROH, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Yeah, everybody, I think if you all saw the picture of him, you'd be like, "Oh, that guy." I remember him. Fun fact: he was pulled from a show due to an exclusivity clause. In the wow, oh, so that's probably right. He's a freak show now, basically, and it's working. Okay, yeah, he looks kind of funky looking.
Hey, good
In
for
the
him.
picture
I'm
that they showed.
happy for him. I mean, you don't often hear that. Some guy who, have that kind of. He was a big Montreal guy too, and he was kind of a big star over there too, I believe. So, I mean, it's good. Good for him.
Let's see. Also, Brody King, a professional wrestler that has been making waves on the independent circuit, has signed a contract with Ring of Honor. The deal has required him to withdraw from all future Major League Wrestling events. California native started following in Southern California before branching out and working for companies all across the world. Do you know anything on Brody King, Dave?
Never heard of him.
Okay. Apparently, he's one of the top
That would be someone that
independent
Alex would
wrestlers.
probably know. Alex or Balbrewski might know
Yes,
who they are.
Risky just mentioned him in the chat too as well. He's a Adam Bomb said he's amazing. Talking about Pac, we'll just talk about Pierre. Also, let's go to Xavier Woods.
Oh boy.
Well, before breaking news, everybody. Dun, 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 breaking news. Everybody's favorite luchador will be returning in 2019. Dave, can you make a guess on which luchador will be making a return to WWE?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, close. Sin Cara is working towards making its WWE ring return, everybody, in early.
So is he going to be on 205? Oh, he probably wouldn't be on 205 Live. Never mind. But did you see that video going around online?
No, I have not.
Sin Cara slapped some TV. He said, "Give me a chop." Some producer or some TV
guy. And he slapped the shit out of him.
Chopped him. The dude couldn't even breathe. That was funny.
And man, imagine if Big Show did that to that little guy. Probably would have killed him. All right, so Xavier Woods was on a promotional tour over in Manila. And when people talk about the difference between speaking of I'm trying to get to it. Speaking at a broadcast, for instance, the SmackDown Superstar said it blows my mind when people complain about wrestling shows they dislike. When people talk about the difference between the organizations, not even organizations, between like NXT and the main roster. So when they're like, "Oh man, TakeOver killed it, SummerSlam, this is gonna suck. It's on the same company. What is there to complain about? You just got an awesome wrestling show on a Saturday night. You just had an awesome wrestling show on Sunday. Then you're gonna watch Raw on Monday and SmackDown on Tuesday, then NXT. God damn, that is a lot of wrestling. What are you complaining about?" And then, like, you can watch New Japan, you can watch AAA, you can watch so much wrestling from all corners of the world, and it's all awesome. It's all good. It's all different guys and girls portraying their form of art that they love, that they want to give it to you, they want to give to you. Excuse me. Woods also said that as a performer, it hurts to be criticized as he gives maximum effort. Woods said fans who complain about wrestling come off as entitled infants. So anytime anyone complains about wrestling, it's so annoying to me because people come off as these entitled infants. Because in reality, wrestling hurts so bad, and then we're hurting ourselves to entertain the masses. And sometimes the masses want to tell us how much it sucks. I don't think Xavier Woods understands what we're bitching about. I think he's missing it. I think he's missing it here. It's not that we go and complain about Xavier Woods or certain wrestlers in the square circle. We know they work their asses off, and
it's not even about the wrestlers.
Exactly, and we know that they put their bodies on the line. It's more about what we get, storyline and all that stuff we get on a regular basis that we complain about and act like entitled infants.
The booking. Yeah, it's the booking.
Are we supposed to like everything? For example, if I go watch, I'm just going to throw out a movie, The Avengers, and say Dave watches it and he doesn't like it, does that make him? I mean, what is the?
That's pretty good reality right there.
It's just some people have their own opinions on things. Some people may like what they get from WWE right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, there's another great analogy. Some people, it's Christmas time. I think Christmas Vacation is the greatest Christmas movie ever. Others may not like it.
Yeah, it's like you know what? It's like a perfect example to me is Die Hard right now. Some people think
Yeah,
it's a Christmas movie, some people don't.
yeah.
It's all your opinion on what you think a Christmas movie is, right? So
It's
if
different types of
say,
Christmas
so a
movies.
buddy of
It's not
mine,
Frosty.
so a buddy of mine told me he didn't think Raw was too bad this past Monday, and it blew
Did you
my mind.
did you
And
slap him?
he said to me, I thought most of it was enjoyable. I come into Raw with such low expectations that it kind of was better than I thought it was going to be, or better than because he saw what the whole Twitter outlash. And I didn't know. I was speechless. But some people may like stuff, some people may not. You're gonna criticize things. Everything is not perfect. If that's why we have these wrestling podcasts and shows, because people have a reason to criticize not the people but the product. And I think he's missing the boat there.
Yeah, I think Xavier Woods is a perfect example of someone drinking the Kool-Aid at WE. Like, oh yeah, WE is awesome. We're all great. I mean, did he not watch Raw last week? I'm not sure since he was done, but I'm just saying, it's how they're booking the show. It's not that we're criticizing the rest. Oh, you guys suck. You wrestlers suck. It's not the wrestlers. They go out there every single night
Yeah,
and go out there
and
and kill it and have matches. But and wrestle could end up killing themselves. I'm not saying they kill it, but they could end up hurting themselves or
well,
killing
and
themselves.
also, he says that they invest their bodies and stuff like that. But what do the fans do? We invest our money as well. We invest our
Yep.
time into the shows as well. So, you know, it's gonna happen where some people are gonna bitch and moan, and I'm sorry that he gets the outlash, but it's gonna happen. It's not gonna go away anytime soon.
I'm
Everybody's
sorry, but if fans like Tony and a lot of other people, I haven't been to a wrestling event. You guys have spent hundreds and probably close to thousands of dollars on going to WE shows, and I spent a lot of money on anyone who has the network or ever bought anything from WE shop or anywhere WE. I mean, all of us have that right to express our own opinion and say, "Oh, we don't like this." You know what? If David Woods, I'm sorry, I like you. But if you don't like it, it's tough because a lot of us are the ones the reason you're getting paid like you are.
Yeah, I don't agree with people bringing beach balls to the show or
Nope.
chanting stuff or booing during the whole matches. I don't like that kind of stuff. But to criticize a match or maybe criticize a show, I don't see a problem with that. I think the entitled infants are the ones that do the beach ball shit, that do the chantings, doing the whats and stuff like that. Those are the people that just go to the shows just to be assholes. They spend their time and their money to be an asshole for a night. And I'm sorry, Xavier Woods, we're not all like that. So we apologize for the bad experiences that you may have had. Also, Chris Jericho has been getting a lot of news lately that I don't know if Impact Wrestling news is more heating up with him, maybe possibly going there, but more pictures of him with Mr. Callis.
Not just him.
Oh, and executives as well. Excuse me.
Yeah, Scott Demore and and Ed Nordholm and whoever else the other guy was. I guess top guys at Impact. But yeah, there was I think it was Friday night they said it was, or whenever it was, they were out to dinner in Toronto or where all of them were. So I mean, he put the picture out there, so of course fans are gonna speculate and say, ooh, he's not far from showing up on Impact. I mean, that would be huge for Impact, really. It would. Biggest star they've ever gotten. And Jericho has said on his podcast that Impact is only signing one big star away from just being really big.
Yeah.
And blowing up. And he could be that star.
I don't know, man. I just feel like
you don't like Jericho and Impact?
I love Jericho, and I think that'd be cool to see him on Impact. I just don't see it happening yet. I
don't think he's going to be there tomorrow, but I think I would be surprised if we see him show up. That's going to be tough because it's the same freaking weekend as New Japan. That's gonna be an interesting wrestling weekend right there. I mean, shit. Thursday night, I think it's Wrestle Kingdom, and then Sunday night is Impact Homecoming.
Damn. Holy crap. That is a lot of wrestling. And
Yeah,
we'll be here touching it all with you guys. NXT Homecoming. We will be doing a post show.
no Impact.
Impact Homecoming. Excuse me. We'll be touching on it on Saturday. Why do I keep getting those confused with the pay per view that they're having? I get their damn names confused. So Dave, 2019, Chris Jericho in Impact. Would you say yes? No?
I mean, I would not be. I mean, it would be tough to say that weekend, but I would not be surprised if we see something from Chris Jericho at after Homecoming, because I'm sure Don Callis is going to be there. You know,
Yeah.
so I would not be surprised if Jericho's there, or at least if anything in the crowd.
Yeah, that'll be true.
How cool would that be if you see Chris Jericho sitting front row in the crowd at that show? You know,
definitely get it'd be newsworthy.
because I know Don Callis said that before. He would just love to get Chris Jericho even just sitting in the crowd. How good that, how how much that would help Impact right there in general, right there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
All right, so WWE came out with a list of possible match of the year candidates.
Armbar.
So I'm gonna go over a couple of them, and you tell me if they belong on the so-called list or not. All right, I'll do the top 10 right here. We have Black versus Cole, Almas versus Gargano, Raw's men's gauntlet match, women's elimination chamber, Nakamura versus Rusev at Fastlane,
What?
Ali versus Gulak, the North American title ladder match, Black versus Almas, Ciampa versus Gargano, the unsanctioned match, Miz versus Rollins versus Balor at WrestleMania, Asuka versus Charlotte, Rousey and Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, Balor versus Rollins IC title match on Raw, Dunn versus, I'm just going to go through the whole list, Dunn versus Strong, Miz
What numbers
versus,
are these?
I don't think they're in any type of order. Dunn versus Strong, Miz versus Rollins at Backlash, Cedric versus Murphy, Lorcan and Birch versus Undisputed, Ciampa versus Gargano Street Fight, the Bliss Cash-In, Undisputed versus British Strong Style, Rusev wins Gauntlet to face AJ, Rollins versus Ziggler. They didn't say which match. Undisputed versus British Strong Style, the tag title match.
That was good.
Cole versus Ricochet.
That was really good.
Kairi Zane versus Shayna Baszler, Takeover Brooklyn. Miz versus Bryan, SummerSlam. Owens versus Rollins. Killer Kelly versus Satomura. Becky versus Charlotte, Hell in a Cell. Ambrose and Rollins versus Ziggler and McIntyre, tag titles. Dunn versus Ricochet. Martinez versus Satomura. Murphy versus Alexander, Super Showdown. Ali versus Atami. And Lynch versus Flair, last women's standing match. Yeah, that's a lot of matches. 35 to be exact. So we will be doing our end of the year review rewards at the weekend before New Year's Eve. Let me see which one. Oh yeah, we will be doing a show December 29th. That is the weekend before New Year's Eve, and that will be our end of the year show. And we'll have awards, we'll have special guests, and hope to see all your smiling faces as well. Let's go over the NXT Impact and 205 Live, and then we'll get a couple of more newsworthy stuff, and then we'll end tonight's show. Kind of a slow night tonight, but we do appreciate everybody coming in and supporting our show as always. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube so you can get in this holiday giveaway. We would love for you guys to have a chance of winning this big-ass giveaway. And like I said earlier in the show, if you haven't already, check out the Speeds and the Benchmark. They're having a toy drive. If you have some extra cash you would like to spend on some people that would very much appreciate it, they have a wish list going on Amazon. Just go look up their Twitter account, and you can see all the details there. All right, Dave. Let's go to 205 Live. Also NXT UK. We saw the first ever women's champion finally crowned, and
Yes.
Rhea Ripley. Let's go over that match first, and
Spoiler.
then we'll get
Sorry. Spoiler.
spoiler. We'll
If you
go over
haven't
that
seen
real quick, and
it,
then we'll go over 205 and NXT. What were your thoughts on that women's title match and the results of it?
I thought it was a good match, and I am kind of surprised that they didn't want to have, kind of like Pete Dunne has been for so long for the UK division itself as being like the face of the division, and I just assumed that's what they would want with Tony Storm, make her the face of the division. So, I mean, kudos to them for going with Rhea Ripley as your star, as your main focal point of that division. And I thought the match was good. I mean, it wasn't a long match.
Mm-mm.
But, I mean, like we're used to nowadays, getting those 15, 20-minute classic matches. But you know what? I mean, I've realized this a lot lately when I've been going back and watching old wrestling, is that do we get caught up as today's wrestling fans as matches being 15, 25, 30 minutes long? I mean, you can still have a good match in 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, no,
You don't have
yeah,
to be a 30-minute match just to
absolutely.
be good,
Yeah. I think a lot of people. That's a lot of hate. A lot of people give on certain match. Oh, the match is only 5 minutes. It was a squash match, or it's matches can be short and be good at the same time.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
don't need like 25-minute matches to say, oh, this was a classic. I mean, that's what we're kind of into nowadays, it seems like. And I thought that was a really good match, and I thought they did a good job in only like 12, maybe 13 minutes. And there was that little spot on the outside. I was surprised they let them do it, but yeah, I mean, that was nice. Right on the outside of the apron, but I was surprised. I wasn't really surprised because I knew who already won. I already heard about it, but I still thought it was a good match, and I think the women's division is pretty good down there. And so, I mean, I think the show is fun itself too. NXT UK is a fun show. I can't wait to see them get the tag titles up now, but and definitely with the UK show in January that we're getting. So that's why I kind of wanted to be caught up a little bit with NXT UK. And I thought the match was good. I thought they told a good story in only a little bit of time. And of course, I'm surprised Stephanie wasn't there really, but Triple H and Johnny Saint. I'm surprised it wasn't Stephanie out there. Congratulations and all that, but it just
Now,
seems to me Tony Storm is the star of the UK women's division, but they went the other way. So, and the young Rhea Ripley, I mean, she's only like, 19 or 20?
yeah, she's very young. Both of them very young. So it's going to
Yeah.
be they have a bright future. Now, speaking
What did
of
you think of the
Tony
match?
Storm, I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was really good. I have no great complaints. Rhea Ripley's soon to be a star. I can't wait to see what they have in store for her. I'm very excited to see that they went with that route. Tony Storm, yeah, she's great, but that heel badass, I think, is needed on that UK show. The UK show, I have no complaints about. Yeah, in fact, Stephanie McMahon invented UK wrestling. Absolutely. Now, speaking of,
You want to talk about that? The
uh,
UK thing?
hold on, yeah, I'm gonna touch on it right now. Bliss side mentions about Tony Storm not having an exclusive contract, or does she have an exclusive contract? Well, Dave Meltzer reports that WWE has the option to buy and shut down their UK partner promotions at any point over the next several years. Meltzer reports that it would cost WWE in the high figures to purchase certain companies. WWE currently has working agreements with European promotions Progress, WXF, and ICW. RevPro owner Andy Quilden and WWE were in negotiations to become partners, but the negotiations ended when the buy and shut down clause was put to the table. As previously
Right.
reported, NXT UK talent are now restricted from working for
Yep.
non-WWE partner promotions in Europe. Their appearance cannot be filmed for distribution or streaming, and they cannot work against anyone from a major company, an example, New Japan, Rev Pro, or ROH. An exception
That's
has
funny.
already been made for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, both of whom will be allowed to compete for Destiny Wrestling in January.
You know what's funny about that? How they list like there's promotions that W will not let their wrestlers wrestle for. The one promotion that was left off that list was Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think they find them as a. Well, it did say etc. So it could.
You
They
know, they
could be
said
still.
that. they might have a good relationship because they did say that you could. We have seen it already in Evolve by accident, I guess, because we just seen Mustafa Ali versus
Well,
DJZ not that long
uh,
ago.
Evolve is also kind of is turning into what you would say a WWE
Territory, yeah.
territory as well, as we just saw LAX was taken on the future Evolve card. And pretty much to my note is that they didn't want, probably Triple H to get in their ear and whisper in their ear about going into NXT because LAX right now is needed on Impact. Then LAX is also their best tag team currently. I mean, Lucha
Oh,
Brothers,
yeah, I think they
you
might be
can
the
kind
best
of throw
tag
out there
team.
as well. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do in the future in the England scene. And I know a lot of fans were kind of bitching and moaning about it. And Pete Dunne kind of came to I wouldn't say to
Yeah.
defend WWE, but he was just saying, hey, a lot of these people have fought and wrestled their whole lives to get to this position. Don't hate on them so much. This is the usual spew, but
Well, because you're gonna get always because if there's those hardcore indie fans, and there's tons of them. If you go sell your company or whatever, and you go to WE, it's being seen as you selling out for the big money. I
mhm.
mean, you started small, just like anything like that. Like NBA teams or MLB teams or whatever. You go to the money. Like remember when A Rod went to the Rangers for all that money? I mean, people just said he just went for the money. No champ. I mean, that's what it is. You're going to WE to make more money, and you just go for the money.
Pete
So
Dunne pulling an exit. Yeah, pretty much. As previously reported, Impact Wrestling pulled the Latin American Exchange, Ortiz and Santana, from the Evolve Wrestling upcoming event on December 15th and 16th. Evolve issued a statement about the situation, revealing that Impact officials actually left it up to Ortiz and Santana to inform Evolve that they would not be allowed to work the events. Impact did not contact Evolve to inform them about it. Evolve made it clear that they were not upset with Ortiz and Santana, but they will not be working with Impact Wrestling moving forward. Here's a statement
uh,
from Evolve. We are sorry to inform you that Impact Wrestling has pulled LAX off the upcoming Evolve dates. Evolve officials were contacted by LAX and informed that they were needed for something else that weekend. No other
yep.
explanation was given. Impact Wrestling didn't contact Evolve officials and let it up to LAX. There is no heat on LAX at WWN. Understand the situation that they were put in. Evolve officials had told LAX that their plan was to have matches with the Evolve Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Oh my God! Imagine that
Yeah, they
match.
well, could
Wow.
you? No wonder they wanted to pull out because they're gonna hurt their career wrestling being the same ring with those guys.
Oh, what?
And for the record, there is a special Twitch show. I think that same weekend, like that Saturday or whatever. So they could be, or maybe they were scheduled on that show already. So I think it's some kind of Ohio show or something. But they did talk
Wow.
about it.
Here it is. It says Evolve was informed that LAX would not be able to lose in those matches in order to avoid any political issues. Evolve made one night a triple threat match and the other night a six-man tag. This would give the fans the LAX versus Street Profits match they wanted while protecting all parties politically.
How would you do a 6-man?
Unfortunately,
Conan's not wrestling.
Unfortunately, Impact Wrestling waited till the matches were announced, then pulled the talent the next day. This could all have easily been avoided by not allowing LAX to take the dates in the first place. Evolve will no longer consider booking Impact Wrestling contracted talent moving forward. Evolve officials are currently working on a replacement and will have news earlier next week. We apologize for the lineup change, but assure you that Evolve will produce something special for Evolve 117, December 15th in Queens, New York.
Well,
And
I mean,
Evolve 118 on December 16th in Deer Park, New York.
you can't really blame Impact or LAX because it seems like Impact said if you guys don't want to do it, you don't have to,
No,
or
no,
you
no.
can say you left it
Impact,
up to them.
and no, Impact made them
Oh,
tell
made them
Evolve.
do it. I thought you
Yeah.
said they left it up to them to decide if they wanted to
And
do it.
left it
Okay.
up to them to tell them that they weren't
Okay.
going to be able to perform.
You know what? I don't have a problem with this at all because I mean, Why would you want your top guys in Evolve? I mean, and losing that would hurt too. So I don't know. I mean, look, some people can be mad that they can't see LA, a WE versus the Impact. They get mad about that. So I mean, which we've seen some matches happen that way too. I mean, we've seen different shows where you have different stuff happen, but like it's no different than WE pulling their talent from all these shows. You know that it's no different than that because
Yeah,
WE has done that too. And when we were talking before about how they talk about they could buy up all the territory in the UK. Hell, they could buy up all the territory in the US if they wanted to.
yeah. Adam Bomb says in the chat room that yet a source at Impact said they had no clue about the matches until after they were made. So it's kind of he said she said kind of thing. So
Oh, like they weren't
I mean, I'm
informed
not
because
going
they
to take
did
one
tweet
side
that
or the
out.
other. This is a crappy situation altogether. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people would have, me included. I'm not sure about you guys in the chat, but I would have loved to see the LAX tag team taking on Street Profits. I think that would have been a very
It would have
entertaining
been a
match.
cool moment
Sucks
to
it's not
see,
going to
like,
happen.
yeah, a WE team versus an Impact team. That would you have seen it with Mustafa Ali and DJZ, which was they're kind of basically in a way, weird same gimmick in a way, but not gimmick, but they kind of dress the same.
Yeah.
But
So
Impact also tweeted out even saying like, if you want to use any Impact contracted talent, please contact us at this email address or whatever, Impact, whatever it was. But maybe it was the fact that they weren't contacted and say, hey, we want to use
that's
your
what that's
talent.
what Adam Bomb's pretty much saying that maybe that they weren't contacted at all before
Like properly, yeah.
they booked LAX without asking Impact's permission, I guess. All right, so let's touch on NXT Impact and the 205 real quick. I didn't personally see all of Impact. I did make sure I saw the Rascals perform. I thought they were very impressive. But let's go with NXT first. Kind of a rundown. We have Oni Lorcan and
You want to
Danny
talk
Burch
about
versus the
205 Live
Mighty.
or wait? You want
Yeah,
to wait on 205?
we'll wait because that's real.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't seen DJZ on TV for more. Is he still for months? Is he still signed? Do you know, Dave?
I don't think he is because I haven't seen him on there in a while either. I think they both might, him and Everett might both be gone. But yeah, that's, I know for a long time when EC3 was still with Impact, he was wrestling for Evolve as well too. So yeah, there you
Let's see. Okay, so the rundown of Impact: we had Oni Lorcan, Bernie Burch versus the Mighty, EC3 versus Marcel Bartel, Mia Yim versus Vanessa Bourne, and then the big monsters: Lars Sullivan taking on Keith
go.
Lee.
Wow.
What a match that was!
I was blown away by the ending. I was like, "Are you serious? Vince must love him some Lars."
Yeah, because usually when the guys moving up to
Yep.
the main roster, they take that loss.
And yeah,
But and especially with the Keith Lee, who was undefeated,
not lost yet.
yeah,
It's his first
undefeated,
big match. I mean, what
and
does that say about him?
I don't know. That's definitely.
I mean, we'll get there, but what did you think of the Mighty and Lorcan and Birch?
I thought it was a good match. What did you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, those four guys, of course, are going to have a good match. But yeah.
And after the match, the Mighty attacked Birch and Lorcan. So, not even sure what the hell they're doing really with the Mighty. They're trying to get them as heels, but I don't think the
I mean,
fans are kind
I
quite
feel bad for
buying
those
it.
guys. I mean, I just feel
What's up,
bad for
Marty?
Indy.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
the Mighty. I just feel bad for those guys because if one of those guys wouldn't have got hurt, I think they would have probably been already called up.
Yeah, and now let's go to NXT where EC3 had his match. And then after the match, EC3 had some interesting words saying, Bobby Fish, I am going to come at you in ways you cannot comprehend. Basically threatening to destroy Bobby Fish. What the hell's going on there, Dave?
It's just a psychological game. Like he's gonna, I don't know. It's just weird. And plus, Bobby Fish did attack him. If you remember, he started the whole attacking EC3 with a chair. And where'd you go? Okay.
No, I'm here.
I mean, I don't. Okay, you disappeared on the scope, but yeah. There you are. I don't know because Bobby Fish did attack him with the chair, and he kept going and going after him. So it seems like that's what they were kind of going at.
Are you interested in a Bobby Fish and EC3 feud?
Do we know if Bobby Fish has re-injured himself or not?
They said no. Triple H commented after NXT and said that he was okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really care for it. Honestly, I don't care to see EC3 and Bobby Fish. Look, I think Bobby Fish is a great wrestler. EC3, he's a good entertainer. He's funny, but I mean, I don't know if I care. That just EC3 at NXT just doesn't interest me at all.
Okay, that's a fair point. Fair point.
What do you think?
I just don't think NXT has done no justice for EC3. He hasn't been booked properly on NXT since he's kind of made his debut. It looked like it was something special, and then it kind of just phased away. I'm interested to see what they do here. Looks like they're trying to bring him back into the light. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything with him in Undisputed Era or anything like that. I know the tapings were just past week, so please no spoilers in the chat room. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with EC3 and if they do anything with EC3, to be exact. We touched on the main event. Did you like the main event? Were you satisfied?
What did you think?
Lars Sullivan winning?
Before we go there, I mean, I want to know, what do you think of how they're doing with Mia Yim right now?
I was going to touch on that after the main event.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a fun match, and it wasn't that. It was like, what, 6 or 7 minutes long? But it was another really short match, but you know, this is a match Vince McMahon booked. He loved this match. I mean, it was two big behemoths battling it out. You know, he loved it. I mean, and it was a fun match. Two big heavyweights. Mm-hmm. I mean, the spots they were doing. I mean, this was one of Keith Lee's probably his best performance that I've seen because he hasn't really faced anybody. And that little weird move he did looks like an X Division or a Cruiserweight star doing that little corkscrew outside the ring. That was pretty nice. But yeah, the match was fun. And then Lars won, which kind of blew me away.
Yeah, I was not expecting Lars to win, honestly.
What does that say?
You want to talk about somebody not getting booked? Dijak is just now getting packaged. Yeah, that's kind of insane.
Is he even still there? Shit.
Yeah, he's supposed to be showing up, I think. Am I not mistaken? Next week
I was really looking. You know what? I was really looking forward to him too, like being there. And then it's like all they used him for is just to get other people over. They've really done nothing with him. But getting back to this match, I mean, this was Keith Lee's first big match. I mean, everyone else he's faced has been, I hate to say use the word jobber, but they've pretty much been that enhancement / jobber talent that Keith
Lee was just destroying. Mediocre type, nothing too special. And then
this was like his first big match, and he loses. So what does that say about Keith Lee? I mean, that he can't, first big match he gets, he can't win? I mean, that just, they almost just buried Keith Lee, all his momentum he built up for nothing. What, Lars really needed to win? No. I mean, it doesn't matter if he lost in NXT. I mean, it doesn't hurt him at all. Half the fans seeing him.
Okay, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, I felt bad for Keith Lee because it felt like they just buried him for no reason.
Now, Mia Yim, what are your thoughts on her?
I like Mia Yim, I really do. I like the Mia Yim we've seen in the Mae Young Classic. But it seems like she transferred back to the same Mia Yim she was a year ago. You know, it's not like it's the same, the badass that we were getting on the Indies. It seems like she's back to the lovable, I love everyone type thing. You know, go ahead.
I'll say maybe she'll eventually kind of switch over.
I mean, do you see what I'm talking about with that?
Yeah. I feel like she's kind of soft now.
Yeah.
It's just strange. She was better there in the tournament where she had that confidence, that swagger.
You know, like that gang member, that gangster type thing she was going for.
Yeah, that California type thug look.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Stuff like that. And it seems like now she beat Vanessa Bourne, I believe, anyway. But yes. So I mean, I like her. I'm glad that she uses the meet defeat. Gail Kim's old finisher, which we'll talk about her in a few minutes. But yes.
Again, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm just kind of surprised how they're using her. I want to see when they're going to use Chelsea Green. Maybe they're waiting until.
I know she's doing live events. I know that.
Yeah, I wonder. Do you think it matters that she's still probably airing stuff on Lucha Underground? That's why they're waiting.
That's a possibility. That could be it. That's a very good reason to possibly have her not on the show yet. But she is doing live events. She is on the roster, and
oh yeah, we almost skipped over. You probably weren't going to skip it, but we had the Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Io
yeah.
Shirai
Mm-hmm.
saying they want all three of Shayna and what were the other two named?
There you go, folks. It's gonna
So
happen.
6-man
It's
tag.
happening. It's gonna happen, everybody. The four horsewomen are gonna get involved some way on the main roster pretty soon.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Probably
interesting
all
to
on
see. It's
SmackDown.
gonna be interesting to see how they. Yeah, probably.
It's going
How
to be
they bring
Team
'em in.
SmackDown. Watch, all of them are going to be on SmackDown. And then Survivor Series is going to be those four versus those four.
Bob Ruski said the Lucha Underground season is over, though.
Oh, okay. Is it? Okay, so then I want to see more of Gianna Perrazzo, too.
Yeah, I
What they
mean,
do.
like we said, man, NXT has so much goddamn talent. They got to do
That's
some.
why I hate this, though. Yes, I get some people say if you make it more longer, it's going to hurt the show, but I disagree. I mean, I think it should at least be 2 hours because, or at least I don't care about these takeovers as much. I'd rather it be live for an hour or live for 2 hours each week. But I know that's difficult to do because look at 205 Live. But yeah.
Hey, I'll say everybody, thank you again for joining us again on a Saturday evening. Appreciate you guys popping in with us on a busy sports and just busy general Saturday night for everybody. Thank you guys for popping in here and sharing the product, retweeting this show as well on Twitter. Don't forget, we'll be back with you guys on Tuesday night with the Raw and SmackDown Live post show, and then we'll be back with you guys on Saturday for another Shooting the Shit program. What did you think of NXT as a whole? And then we'll jump to 205 Live and then Impact.
Um, I don't. Yeah, this is another question I wanted to ask you. I forgot about. What did you think of how it looked? I didn't really, me myself, I didn't really care for it like that because it just, I don't know. It didn't really felt like a natural NXT episode because of the way it was shot.
Yeah,
You
it was.
know, I
Yeah,
didn't care for it.
I feel you on that. Yeah, and what we had tag match, we
Was it?
had Avari come back, correct? Davari,
They
excuse
did?
me.
They did?
Uh, yeah, at
On
the
NXT?
no, I'm talking about 205.
Oh,
Oh, you're talking about NXT. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm talking about how they shot NXT. Like, you know
Yeah,
how
it
it
was
was shot in
different.
California?
No,
It
because
just,
it was in. Yeah, it was at the Takeover event. Yeah, I
yeah,
like
that
it when
was
it's
it.
at the regular crowd. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
It
The one
looked too
thing I
dark,
like,
said Bob Ruski.
yeah, it did. It didn't seem like the same lighting. I get it. But 205 Live, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of that. It was interesting. I mean, holy tag teams, Batman. I mean, jeez, how many tag teams does 205 Live have?
They're starting. That's their minor league program right there. They're gonna
I mean,
start.
shit. I mean, they did 205 Live we had tag matches last night, tag matches next or Tuesday night, whatever the show aired, Wednesday. And next week they're gonna have another tag match.
Yeah.
It's like holy, it's gonna be a tornado tag match.
And then we're getting
But
groups starting to get together now.
yeah,
It's just
we got
it's starting to become
Tozawa.
an own little promotion. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I would like them to do something better. Hopefully, when this crappy make that challenge is over, they can get some longer shows and more than just one good match out of the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I noticed a lot through the show. TJP and now Mike Canales are going to continue their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the whole what's his name? Noam Dar beat Mike Canales' his first loss on 205 Live. So we're going to see the Lucha House Party versus them. We also have Nice and Murphy as a tag team. I mean, there's so many tag teams on the show. And then Tommy came back, and it looked like him and Davari were going to get into it. And then all of a sudden, he's helping them and says, I respect you. And now we're getting that. So did you watch this or no?
I saw highlights of them, some of the matches. I didn't watch
the main event. Was pretty. It was pretty good, I guess, but it was just like more tag teams. I'm sitting here like, why are we getting? Why are we getting all these tag matches? And you have no tag titles.
And Bob Rusi says if NXT in an hour can show tag titles, then 205 can too. Sindel be moved to Raw and get victories over the Revival. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I like that team, but it's like you got Kendrick and Tozawa as a team. Now you got Gentleman Jack and Drew Gulak as a tag team. I mean, now you got
it's tag team galore.
Davari and Hadami. I mean, shit, tag team. Yeah, like you said, tag team 05. But it's like, geez Louise. But 205 Live is booked so bad, in my opinion, right now because you're only getting one good solid match out of the whole show because of how it's being booked.
Yeah, the
Because you
mixed
only
match
like,
challenge too.
hopefully, yeah,
Taking
hopefully that
the
changes. I think the best bet would be, and I'll still say this every time we talk about it, put them in Orlando somewhere and just let them do weekly shows down there like they do with NXT. And
yeah,
that would be the best bet.
and DX in the chat says the mixed match challenge has been a disaster,
Oh
and
yeah, no doubt.
he doesn't see that this be lasting another season. So I hope so. I hope so.
Well, if Facebook wants to pay up some money for WWE to do it, I'm sure they'll do it again.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see how they do at the end of the day with that.
I don't know how the viewership is for that show.
So
And I think a
205
lot of us
Live.
fans, huh?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think a lot of us fans, we kind of enjoyed how they did it before. It was just a straight elimination tournament. And now it's like this everyone gets a 50 million chances to win a match. It's stupid. But yes,
Yeah.
I did was able to watch most of Impact. Yeah.
They're just trying to long out this damn tournament as long as they can. And then that's what they're doing with these eliminations. You're still in it. Yeah, it's a clusterfuck of a mixed match challenge. First season was good, and they just kind of ruined it this season with all the switching of the teams, and
Yeah, this really went
it's just
crazy. I
been
mean, can
all
you
over the
imagine
place.
AJ Styles having to wrestle twice at TLC? I
Oh
mean,
god, yeah, that would be a little brutal. So that's probably why they did a lot of these changes. All right, so 205 Live in a whole was a pretty solid show.
yeah, I mean, it was okay. Yeah,
Probably
I
not
think
very
the
good. It
Wednesday
wasn't
night
good
lineup.
last time. Not
Oh,
only
well, go
that,
ahead.
everyone is getting hurt and replaced. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
weird. I think the whole Thursday, Wednesday night lineup, it was a good plus NXT UK, and then you had NXT and 205 Live. I mean, I think it was pretty good. You get two episodes of NXT on Wednesday, so that's really kind of like okay. But
Appreciate
yeah,
the invite of followers, Sir McFly. Thank you very much.
but I think 205 Live on Wednesdays is a big success. So hopefully, if they're going to start keeping it like it is and filming after um uh, a SmackDown again, where they'll get at least two or three credible matches in close to an hour. So hopefully,
All right, so we'll go over Impact really quick, and then we'll start wrapping up tonight's show. Go over a little bit of XFL news. We're almost hitting that hour and a half mark. Again, thank you again, everybody, for coming in tonight. A little bit of a slow night, but it is what it is. It's Saturday, first month of December as well, so I'm sure a lot of people are just a lot more in mind and talking wrestling and hearing about wrestling news. But we do appreciate everybody who came in tonight. We'll be back again on Tuesday night. Please don't forget to hit that follow button if you're new to the show and hit that subscribe button over on the YouTube. We really do appreciate all the support you guys give us on a weekly and show basis. Y'all are awesome. Can't thank you guys enough. I heard WWE are having tryouts in other countries. Yes, and soon there'll be other developmentals there as well because they're WWE's gonna be taking over the world. Jesus. All right. So
yeah.
quick thoughts on Impact. Excuse me. Adam Baum said that gave me some tidbits, a little bit of news, potential landing spots for Impact and how many homes they're in. WGN
Yeah.
80 million, True TV 91, and Sci-Fi 92. WWE
Okay.
Raw and how many homes it is in 94.
Okay. You can
So
eliminate Sci-Fi right now. It's not
okay.
going to Sci-Fi because it's NBC Universal owned. SmackDown was there for a long time. It's not going to Sci-Fi because they're not going to do that. WGN, I mean, maybe, but True TV to me, and I could be way off on this. I could be wrong. Maybe True TV wants nothing to do with Impact, but if they do, that's the best spot to land for them, I think, because I just don't think they'll go to WGN because I think there was a deal in place before and they didn't want them. That's when they went to Destination America. It was like a really low ball deal. So, I mean, we'll see what kind of deal they would get with True TV. I don't know. But to me, that would be if they can get a good night and like a good time slot, then I think they would be good. And they could draw in some good viewers on a. I mean, Pop TV is maybe in like maybe 50 million homes.
Yeah. They don't benefit from a lot of
I mean,
home.
if they go to True TV, it would be just like getting back on Spike TV in a way.
A lot of people are sending me Periscope. I'm not Periscope messages that they're not getting the alerts tonight on Periscope. What's going on, Periscope? Are you not sending out my alerts tonight? You don't want people to join my show? What the hell's up with you guys? But I do appreciate the ones that did get them. That seems like some of you guys got them. Some people didn't. I don't get Periscope with that. I don't get it at all. Thank you for the invite of followers, Dave. Appreciate that. Jody Mania, what's up? WGN wants ROH and True TV would benefit from Impact. Alexa Bliss is at WWE Performance Center, guessing she's healing up, getting ready to return. Yes, Little Zay, I saw that. I just didn't think people would care. But yeah, she has been back at the Performance Center, I guess, trying to get back into that wrestling ring. And I know a lot of people may not like her, but hey, man, she's showing that heart that she wants to get back in that ring, and she doesn't want to just settle with that GM role that has been rumored going around. Pop is in 73 million homes, said Adam Baum.
Still, 90 million is a lot more than 73.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so quick thoughts on Impact, the Radicals, and the
we gotta go with the open match.
The Lucha Brothers.
Oh man, I mean, in the big news that came after that match too. I mean, man, did you watch this match? You said you did, right?
Yes.
This match was like 25 minutes long. I'm like, holy shit! It was fun. I mean, the spots like Phoenix when he was, Phoenix. Okay. Holy shit! When he was doing this, whatever he was doing, jumping on 50 million ropes at different times, I was like, "Holy shit! Is he gonna jump?" I mean, damn, acrobatics at its best right here. But man, this match was fun. Of course, the Lucha Brothers win it, or Lucha Bros, whatever they're being called. But man, this was a fun match.
LAX, possible.
This should have been the main event right here.
That should be a dandy of a match right there.
And
that should be really good.
Conan isn't really a big fan of this.
Yeah, because he's friends with both sides of the team, so it's going to be interesting to see where he lies at the end of the night when they probably face each other at the upcoming pay-per-view.
Man, I was watching this match thinking, man, why can't I wish all four of these guys would be in the Ultimate X match? I was like, holy shit, can you imagine that? Like, jeez.
And I tweeted out, is there a match where there's just too many super kicks in a match? And because at one point there was like 15, it seemed like super kicks.
Dude, I thought that part was pretty cool though. I know people can say they hate it. I loved when they all just knocked each other out. They're all just laying in the ring. I was like, how is this not the fucking main event right here? Like, holy shit.
That match is going to be amazing, Adam. I agree with you. What's your thoughts on the Radicals? How about their debut? Their debut on Thursday night.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think? Oh man, I can't wait for this match coming up now because, still talking LAX and Lucha, man, that's going to be a damn good match. But yeah, homecoming, so it's likely already booked. But yeah, I like their debut, and at first I thought it was going to be all 6 of them, so I thought okay, or 3 of them. So yeah, I mean, it was good to see CM Punk Jr., Mike Sydal. I mean, that dude looked just like CM Punk out there. He was like a bootleg CM Punk. That's what I got out of that. Mike Sydal. I know Matt Sydal had another brother. I don't know if this is the same brother who was in ROH as well. Maybe someone else knows in the chat. But yeah, I mean, that move, that spot that you retweeted on Twitter, I mean, that was just freaking cool where he does that backlip and Xavier just pushes him. I mean, that was pretty awesome. But these guys all need to be in Ultimate X. They all need to be in the Ultimate X match.
That finisher that they did was mighty impressive. And I think people don't understand how hard that was to do, or the timing and how to catch that guy mid backflip and have him land on his opponent. That was pretty impressive. The Lucha Brothers taking on
LA. No, I know they said it. They already booked it. Okay. But yeah, those 3 guys who the Radicals need to be, or whatever they're called, but they need to be in the Ultimate X. I would love to see Desmond win the Ultimate X because people can crucify me for saying this, but I've said this before. Desmond Xavier just reminds me so much of a really young AJ Styles when he moves in that ring. That's what I think of when I see. I think of AJ Styles because, man, he was so gifted just like that.
Desmond Xavier would probably really appreciate hearing that, Dave. You should go on Twitter and Twitter and hit him up and say, hey, you remind me of AJ Styles out there. I'm sure he'll.
For a while, he was. I don't know if he still does it or not. He was using AJ's old finisher, the Spinal Tap, where he'd do that little kind of corkscrew thing off the top rope.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So yeah, go out there and
Yeah,
tweet him, Dave. Get him, make him happy out there.
I
Also,
know. I
you'll
know it
enjoy
says
the Ultimate X
radicals.
competitors.
I keep
Yeah.
thinking like either
Did I say the radical?
It's
Is
not.
it
It's rascals, isn't
the
it?
rascals? What do I call them? Did I call them the radicals too? I think I
I
call
might
them
have
the
called them the
radicals
radicals.
too.
I'm either getting confused with the radicals or the little rascals. One of the two. I get confused.
A big
But
difference in between there, but yeah, I
I got a
gotcha.
dollar. I
I
got a dollar.
gotcha. That's funny. Also next week we get an update on Eddie Edwards.
You don't want to talk about that?
no,
Oh my god, this was so bad.
Ugh.
This was terrible. I'm sorry. I mean, there was also the stuff with what was that? There was a smoke show crap, and then the stuff with Tessa Blanchard, and then Kaya Valkyrie. Oh no, I want to talk about that. Yeah, the Tessa Blanchard stuff because
But
she
Gail
came
Kim
out
getting
after
it.
that. Yeah, I mean, she pulled Tessa
Man, I
on.
don't. I'm
I
just
was
not.
like,
I don't, okay, I get.
go
Look,
ahead.
I get how great she is. All right. I'm just not. He really does. I would go as far as to say that the Rascals are this generation's Styles, Kaz, and Daniels, is what Adam Bomb said.
What are you trying to call them? Triple X? Shit. No,
That's good.
I don't know
That
about
could
that
be the
far.
comparison.
Whoa.
We'll see
I
though.
know it's not. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I said it because I haven't seen these other guys do much of anything yet. So I have seen Desmond Xavier wrestle for probably close to 2 years since he's been on Impact
Well, Adam
when he won
Bomb
the X Cup.
may know
Those other
more
two guys,
about
go
them.
ahead.
He may know more about those other guys in the ring with them. So, hey, maybe
I
he
know,
sees a
but
comparison in them.
Daniels and Kaz were really good. I don't know if you can compare the two to
Well,
the
we'll have
other
to wait
guys.
and find out. Now I
Yeah,
lost my damn train of thought. What I was about to say.
Gail
Damn it.
Kim, you don't like her.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, MT? How you doing? How you doing? All right. So Gail Kim, I respect her. I'm just not a fan of her. I just, I don't like her. I think she's so bitter and always has something against something. And sure, it was cool to see her go out there and pull Tessa Blanchard off, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to see them face each other off eventually.
Yep.
I don't, I don't know. I just don't feel. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Okay. On that side, though, I was like, hell yeah, I want to see this match like really bad. Forget Taya Valkyrie. Give me Gail Kim and Tessa Blanchard. I would much rather see that
See, and
match.
that's what they're making. Impact's making a mistake there. Now,
You know what's gonna happen, don't
that
you?
I
It's gonna be a referee.
what happened? Yeah, there you go.
I
What
know.
happened?
Yeah,
Didn't something happen? Didn't happen on WWE? I can't remember what happened, but we wanted to see the other match. Someone got involved, and we would rather see that match other than the match that we were getting. I can't remember what match it was.
it was like Daniel Bryan or something. I don't know.
I can't remember, but this to me is going to be the situation that yeah, we're gonna get Tessa and Taya at the pay per view, but everybody's gonna want to see Gail Kim
Yeah, and you know what's probably going to lead
and
to? It's
Tessa
probably going to
Blanchard.
lead to Gail Kim being the special enforcer or referee,
Right.
and Tessa's going to win the match because before that we've seen her beating up officials and all that. So that's what they're kind of playing, where no one can contain her, and like it's going to lead to
Bingo.
Gail Kim doing that, and then possibly after she wins that homecoming, maybe it'll lead to Gail Kim. I mean, why not? Shawn Michaels came out of retirement as a Hall of Famer, so why can't Gail Kim?
That match is gonna happen. She's gonna
I
play
mean,
off. There's my cat, as you can see in the background. They're gonna play off that storyline to where she's retired and she's not gonna come back.
hey, Shawn Michaels did it.
All that stuff, but it's gonna eventually happen. I truly don't care for Tessa and this Loca gimmick, to be honest. Oh wow! So is Gail Kim
That ain't never happened.
I think so. I think she's gonna return. Yeah, she's not gonna go back. I think she's gonna return. I would not be surprised if Gail Kim beats Tessa for the title. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
I doubt that would happen because then she would have to say she's coming back permanently, which I don't think she wants to. I think she's been itching with all this stuff going on with the women's evolution and all that. I think she's been getting kind of that itch to come. And plus, she's been like Shawn Michaels did down on NXT, working with the young guys, kind of wanting to get back in there again. I think it's kind of similar because she's basically been running the knockout stuff and working with all the women and stuff like that.
Right.
So Yeah, I think that's kind of what's happening, and I think a lot of people want to see the match, Gail Kim and Tessa Blanchard, and it's kind of in a way, it's kind of a, I don't know if it's a dream match, but to me, I'm a big fan of Gail Kim. I think she's probably one of the best women like to wrestle ever, in my opinion, at least from that era where we had really no women wrestling,
Like
and she was the
Bob
first ever
Roode.
champion.
Bob
So yeah,
Roode
I would
says,
love to see. Oh, go ahead.
watch her win it and next night give it up. I could see that happening.
She already did that though.
I just feel like they're gonna have Gail Kim win, man. I just have this. Kim will put Blanchard over. I wouldn't be
Yeah, that's what
surprised.
I was thinking. Because of course Gail Kim would put her over. I think yeah, that's what it would come down to. Her winning and earning respect. You know, she would start to that would be kind of turned to a respect thing. I think
Yeah, that cat.
because Tessa Blanchard. Who else do they have right now besides what's her name?
Kara
Jordan
Hogan. They got Ali.
Jordan. No, I mean like to go against. You know, I mean, she already faced everybody
Yeah, that's what I said.
other than Jordan Grace. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
that's
it.
another match probably we'll get down in
That
the
they
future.
want to save. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
the women's division right now on Impact, other than Jordan, of course, who's been nothing but spectacular since debuting. Their roster on the women's side is not very huge, and it's not very where you got, oh, I want to see this match, I want to see this match, I want to see this match.
and having
They
her
need to bring in some more into that roster, I think.
and having Gil Kim there too might help with ticket sales as well too because she was a part of the very first Impact in Nashville.
Impact needs more knockouts that they are having Gail Kim return for. Yep, exactly, DX. Absolutely. I agree with you. They need to add more talent. Of course,
And they haven't
Rosemary will
even
probably be the woman that we probably would love to see, and she's hurt right now. But yeah, their women's roster is not. It's very slim.
yeah, it is no question. And I mean, with someone like using Gail Kim with just right now, I think it helps them kind of like stall off a little bit
Yes,
because you won't
return.
do it right
What
away.
happened to Shotzi Blackheart? Remember her, Dave?
I think I don't know. I
You
think
know,
she was in Rise or whatever.
yeah, like she was there. She had a nice little run. I think
Okay,
people
but
kind of like
let's
praised her.
say let's say the 2019 plan for Impact is to get Jericho in. Signing a bunch of new talent probably isn't reason going to help you get Jericho.
Yeah,
You know, you need to like save some money to be able to get him. Like use your whole budget.
that's very true. Um, all right. Is there anything else you want to touch on Impact? And you can, since I haven't seen the full show, I'm not going to give a rating on it. But
I went through most of it. I skipped through a lot of it. I seen this happen and I stopped and watched it. I was surprised, but
oh,
yeah, the
Shotzi
Gail Kim
broke her
stuff I was
ankle.
shocked. Oh, did you?
Oof. Ouch.
But yeah, I mean they
Okay.
are hurting right now with not just that, but tag teams. You know, the women's division,
Yeah.
even the heavyweight division. I mean, they're hurting a lot. We did see some Killer Cross and Johnny Impact stuff where they're kind of saying, "You want me to do it? I'll do it." I'm guessing that means take out Brian Cage or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, there's that little stuff. I'm trying to think if I see. I know. You know, one thing that's funny. She's a knockout, but she hasn't even had a match technically.
Oh, the Eli Drake and Tommy Dreamer. Did you see
Yeah,
that
we'll get
stuff?
there, I guess. Yeah, I didn't care for it, but I don't like Eli Drake. So yeah, but
Eli Drake.
But the Smoke Show, she hasn't had one match technically on Impact TV.
Well, she's more about the sex sales kind of thing.
I know, but
I don't think she'll
wouldn't
have
you
a
want?
match.
They haven't have her put her in that division. Have her wrestle too. It would help ratings for sure. What she wears. Have you seen what she wears to wrestle? I mean,
Do a
it would
lingerie
definitely.
match with her. I'm sure that'll get the ratings there.
Oh yeah, that, I mean, sex sells, but yeah.
And then
Getting
Eli
to
Drake also got a letter too. What do you think that's all
yes,
about?
some people were speculating. I think it was Adam Bomb. I think he said like Crazy Steve or something. I mean, so I think it was from Abyss. I'm guessing.
That could be it too, as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I was surprised it was a hardcore match. Was it promoted as a hardcore match?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
So it just threw me off that it was like all of a sudden this is a hardcore match. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
But
she wrestles in Mexico. Okay, that's true.
of course, good old Tommy has to put Drake over.
Yep, of course. Eli Drake, man. That's the future of
Why is
Impact
he
Wrestling.
no
Remember?
I'm sorry. they got this show screwed up. This should have opened the fucking show.
Yeah.
And that tag match should have ended the
Well,
fucking
come on,
show.
Dave. To be fair, before we wrap it up, you gotta have you have that hot tag team to kind of suck the fans in. That you're hoping that they'll stay.
Yeah, and then you have Drake make him leave. I mean, shit.
If you have that match, okay. To be fair, Dave, if that match opened up Impact, what are the odds of you keep? I know you're a fan, but for the normal fan,
Not of Drake.
you know, you saw Eli Drake and Tommy match first. Would you be like, this might be a show that they're kind of throwing away?
Okay, let me tell you this. You say you just finished watching that football game, which ends about 11:30ish, and you turn over to Impact and you see Drake and Dreamer. Do I really want to watch this? No. But you see the Lucha House Party. Wow, the Lucha Brothers versus Willie Mack and Rich Swann. Or is it Willie Mack?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And Rich Swann. To me, that's a tag team match that's going to catch your attention. To me, maybe Tommy Dreamer because you recognize him from WWE, but I'm sorry, Drake and Dreamer does not interest me to sit there and watch for 20 minutes.
I agree with you. Surprise return, you say, who? Fucking Abyss again? Yeah. No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I know, I'm pretty sure it's Abyss because he beat him up, so why not?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we're hitting almost that 2-hour mark. We've been live for a little bit, almost an hour and 45 minutes, so we're going to start wrapping it up. We do thank everybody for coming in tonight and shooting the shit with us. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, touching on Raw and SmackDown Live as well. When do you think Roman Reigns will be back? Well, not anytime soon. Honestly, I have no idea if the surprise match will feature Crazy Steve, but the return will catch everyone off guard. All right, Adam,
Scott Steiner.
I do appreciate you not spoiling it, but definitely getting people interested. You're definitely good at that. So I do appreciate you not spoiling it to all of us.
We all know it's Scott Steiner.
And if it's Scott Steiner, then we're going to have a whole show dedicated to him. All right?
Because let's not forget, Drake did turn on Steiner.
That is true. That is very true. Good little memory there, Dave. Don't forget, in 3 weeks will be our end of the year show where we'll have our wrestler of the year, and these are our opinions, okay? Not, if Dave by some chance picks, Alexa Bliss to be the woman wrestler of the year, which he wouldn't. You can't. It's our opinions. If you have any disagreements, you can always tweet it. But we'll be doing our end of the year show and the weekend before New Year's Eve. So that would be December 29th. We'll be doing our end of the year review show.
To maybe clarify this, how do you consider this? Like, does it have to be a certain amount of months?
Whoever had the best year, in your opinion?
From January to December, you say?
Male, female, yes. Who had the best overall year, in your opinion?
To me, I think she's been doing great lately, but I don't know if I could pick Becky Lynch's Woman of the Year simply because
I would not show you anything. Yeah. I would not give you no negativity on that because
but wouldn't you say that would be kind of unfair to pick someone who's just been doing it for the last couple months?
Absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, I don't even know who I'm going to pick as my woman wrestler.
I do. I can't think of anyone else who's had a better year than the person I'm thinking.
So, I think I have mine as well. So, and I'm going to get a lot of heat on it. All right. So, end of the year award, we'll have that. Do tag teams.
Oh, I know who you're picking.
We're going to do tag team of the year. We're going to do women wrestler of the year, male wrestler of the year, match of the year, disappointment of the year. Guy that you thought was going to have a successful 2018 and had a shitty year. And then I think Finn Balor is easy. Also, we'll do 2019. Who do we think will have a successful 2019?
Sorry, Finn.
So we're going to have a lot. I mean, I totally screwed Finn Balor over. That's crazy, man. Like the first week he had that first good run, and then I mentioned something, and then since then, it's just been bad. I bet Tony's picking Nia. No. I'll just say this. She's had a very successful title reign. She's been doing great things lately.
Know. So we know who you're taking.
We'll just go there. All right, so
I already know who it is.
Steiner is too busy figuring out Matt. Absolutely. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. I'm not even. I don't. I know it was a slow night. We only had 200 viewers, but to me, 200 viewers is better than having no viewers. I'm not even gonna be negative about it. I do appreciate everybody always coming in here, showing the love and the support that you guys show us with the super hearts, the regular hearts, retweeting, sharing the broadcast. Because without you guys, like I said a million and cajillion times,
Oh shit.
without you guys, we would be nothing. And I do appreciate you guys with the solid ass support. So let's do a quick little shout out before we end tonight's show. Again, don't forget everybody.
Do you still want to talk about the XFL stuff?
Oh shit! I forgot the XFL. Real quick with the
Oh yeah,
XFL.
and really quick, did you see the Eddie Edwards stuff in the middle hospital?
I did not, but you're
It
telling
was
me it's
so
shit,
bad.
so I don't even want to talk about
It
it.
was, and plus, and then he wrestled last night at the Gold Rush thing, but
Yeah,
he's
it
in a mental hospital.
sucked about the whole Gold Rush issue that they had.
Yeah, it was bad. They had so, I mean, they had good potential, but yeah, it sucked.
Yeah,
Plus, it was Drake in the main event anyway.
and I gotta give um, props to Impact when they came out with the tweet and saying that they apologize and all that's good stuff. So that's good. All right, so XFL news before we do the quick shout outs. XFL cities have been announced. There will be announced actually this week, but they've already been not
Leaked.
revealed, but
Leaked.
someone leaked. There's the word I'm looking for. All right, so the 8 cities have wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 cities have been revealed. So everybody, if you're ready for the XFL and they're coming to your city near you, I hope you guys are excited. We have Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, New York, St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa, and Washington, D.C. There you go. Dave, will you be watching the XFL?
I don't know. It depends where it's on at because they did talk about doing it kind of a streaming way or something. So I don't know. It depends. If it's on, maybe. I think honestly, which they won't do this. I think it's just put it on the WE network. Honestly, you know,
Oh,
because why not?
and the mental hospital stuff will probably lead to Davey returning that shirt. Oh, Davey, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So, anything else, Dave?
Okay. What do you? I mean, I don't know. If it's on somewhere, I could watch it, and it doesn't cost me a lot of money. I don't think I'd pay to watch it if it's going to be some kind of streaming app to only see the XFL. I don't think I would do that. But if it's on a channel, which I don't think it will be, or if it's somewhere where you can see it for free, maybe I would check it out to see how it looks. What about you?
I'll probably watch the first game and see how it goes. From there, I'm not really sure how much I'll be into it, but we'll see. It's
It's
XFL.
going to be interesting because next year, the Alliance, whatever, has got a year head start on the XFL. I'm sure they're pissed off about that.
Yeah, and they have a team here in San Antonio, so I'm very interested in checking that out. So, again, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday. 2 hour show tonight. So really good show tonight. We had Kevin, Adam Down, Will Miller, Alex Peckenrod, Zay Simmons, Ed, TB1, Eric Martinez, Alice, Debbie, and Jody Mania, Bliss, everybody who else came in here, Speeds, all you guys who came in here dropped super hearts, Alistair Fiend as well. Sorry for the guys that did not get the notifications from Periscope. Not really sure what the deal is there, but we do appreciate everybody who did come in here and say hello to us. Again, live again on Tuesday night. Don't forget to follow us over on YouTube. Subscribe to us there. And if you haven't already, those are all our Twitter handles up on the screen. Appreciate everyone for touching with us, joining us, excuse me, and interacting. It was a fun night. Dave, any last words before we're live Tuesday? Praying that we get a good Raw Monday night.
I, I don't even know if I want to watch that, but yeah, I mean, hey, thanks for stopping by. I mean, it was fun. It's always fun talking wrestling with everybody and talking about what's going on around the world of wrestling right now.
Wrestling. Yeah, it was a good wrestling show tonight. So thank you again, everybody, for following us and subscribing us and doing all that cool stuff that y'all do every night. I'm thinking before to do a Christmas giveaway, I think I'm going to do another giveaway before then and do another card box opening as well. Just tweet that you're
Oh,
live, Tony. Easier way to send out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that next time, Adam. I've been doing that. I just forgot to do it tonight.
I
Um,
believe with Impact. Speaking of Impact, I believe they're doing a one night only tonight or tomorrow. One of the two. They have a one night only special coming. So
okay, there you go. Check that out. If you have what, Twitch or something, or on pay per view.
no, it's gonna be like a pay per view or something. I think it'll be uploaded to their global app eventually. Anyway.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to leave you with some Kevin Owens to end tonight's show. Again, thank you so much for the support you guys give us. We can't do it without you. I'll be keeping an ear out for more wrestling news. Thank you, Adam Baum, for tweeting me out all that Impact stuff. Again, thank you for all the moderators, Bob Aruski and all them coming in here all the time and moderating the chat room. I do appreciate y'all's hard work of blocking all the trolls and the haters. And thank you again for everybody who came in here and showed support and interacted with us throughout the whole night. See you guys on Tuesday. Have a safe and great rest of your weekend. And because we want to see you guys on Tuesday. So see you guys on Tuesday night, everybody. Laters.